Hello and welcome to Khyber Shards, a 5th edition actual play show set in the Eberron campaign world. Casey, what happened last time?
Nothing. We just talked.
Nailed it. Got in one.
Yes, excellent. Pog had a very important conversation with Thora, and he will not intentionally kill his dad, was the conclusion of that one. And then there was some politicking by Ari. The introduction, most importantly, sorry, Pog, of Greg.
Yeah.
All hail Greg.
Yeah.
Yes, that was a big moment. And we got, Shade had a conversation with Harish, and then we prepared for Burning Titan, and we're about to race. So good right now.
Mm-hmm.
I did it. That's it.
How my coach instructed me in high school was, now go race. So good.
So good.
Yes. So the way this is going to work is we're obviously not going to try and track a bunch of movement. Instead, each round, there will be some sort of complication that you have to overcome as you make your way across these floating bits of rubble. Being the heroes that you are, actually simply traversing the rubble is basically trivial. And so it is the complications that present an issue. So that is how this will go. So Lady Selshadra activates a thunderclap from her speaking stone, shocks everyone, and it is go. Everyone jumps from the cliff towards the first bit of rubble. And so I need everyone to make an athletics or acrobatics check or use some kind of magic. And then tell me results.
Cannot believe I'm pushing an athletics check.
I know. I'm absolutely pushing.
You could be so annoyed with Greg that you rage, and then you'd have advantage.
It's a 20.
I pushed to roll the same thing.
Nat 20.
Wow.
For a total of
26.
Nice.
14.
Out to a commanding lead.
Good for you. It's a one-stage race, I'm sure.
Yeah. Ari gracefully dives from the from the cliff. Pog and Shade, everybody lands on the first bit of rubble, and you set off. Greg unfurls an anarchy banner off of his back as he
Yes, he does.
as he goes
Some
down.
chill.
And you all take off running, leaping from rubble to rubble. Pog, roll a d20
Yes, sir.
and tell me the numeral that appears on the upwardmost facing face.
16.
Okay, so as you are, as you leap towards the next one, there's suddenly an extremely sudden gust of wind, and the bit of rubble that you're leaping for lurches a little bit to the left, and you're already in the air. I need a dexterity saving throw from you with a target number of 15.
Nat 20 for 22.
Nice. Effortlessly, you shift
Didn't
yourself in
even
the
notice.
air, catch, and proceed along your way. Shade, roll a d20.
Somewhere there is a Goliath woman whooping at Pog's dexterity.
Oh yeah,
19.
yeah, and she's like 10 feet behind him.
Yeah, she's definitely here. She's definitely in this.
I'm sorry, what did you roll, Shade?
19.
19.
That means something good happens, right?
Right? I'm so sad to spend a
You're
19
teleported
on
to the finish line.
So as you make make your leap, Shade, suddenly the floating bit of rubble ahead of you just disappears in a big black cloud of blank darkness.
Yeah.
So I need you to make a perception check. The target number of 15.
Nat 20. for 20.
Wow. Wow. We are checking machines tonight.
I hope we don't pay for this later.
Gulp.
So as it disappears, you are very confident of where it was, and so you land even in spite of the darkness. You hear a soft impact next to you, and you hear a voice in the darkness go, "Good catch," as Ilya sprints on.
Same.
Ari, roll a d20.
14. Oh, good. I got the eyebrows.
You do need the eyebrows.
Now, this is great for you.
This is my favorite suggestion.
Great. Thanks, Darren.
So, you're moving along a high piece of rubble. No, this one comes from Emily. And you start to drop down to another, just as a flock of birds goes past.
Can they please be a flock of seagulls? Since we're
Yes,
at the
of course.
harbor, he's
Of course
attacked
it's a
by a
flock of
flock of seagulls.
Yes, there's just something going by.
Oh, Ari can speak with animals, so they're screaming obscenities at Ari.
Make an acrobatics check.
I'll take it. 15.
15 does it. Yeah, in spite of this, you manage to land. Only one seagull is like caught in your big coat, and you manage to shake it out, and proceed. Currently, Shade is in the lead as we begin our next round of the race. Pog, roll a d20.
16 again.
Yeah.
I doubt that it's going to be the same adversity.
It will not be identical adversity. That would be silly. Okay.
Oh. Cool.
So as you are leaping to the next bit of rubble, you see, just as you are about to land, as you get close to it, a magical glyph is outlined on the surface of the rock and flashes as your proximity activates it. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Ruh-roh.
17.
Awesome. There's just a blast of force that would launch you backwards away from the stone, but you manage to grab a branch of like a stunted little tree that's growing on this, and avoid being thrown backwards and fling yourself
Nice.
forward on
Nice.
the way. Shade, roll a d20.
3.
Ooh.
Love it.
Okay, so you're racing, you're dodging along one side of a piece of rubble, and you start to leap. And as you leap, you see that there are a couple of innovative audience members who are drifting along on a sorewood raft to be in and among it, and the wind has just carried them right into your path.
You're on the party barge.
So I need an athletics check from you.
Greg is
dear.
jumping for that boat.
Right. 21.
Awesome. Yeah,
Nice.
you catch and flip yourself forward along the path. Ari, roll a d20.
Eight. God.
Absolutely amazing. No,
Emily.
it's just no, it's not that. It's just this is outstanding. Ari, you land on there's a fairly large piece of rubble, and you land on it only to discover that it's been colonized by monkeys from the jungle.
More animals. Why are these
Yes.
animals at me?
And so as you land, there's suddenly just the chorus. Make a make an athletics check as you try to race through the monkeys.
Athletics?
It is
Ugh.
athletics.
Okay. I'm gonna push.
I was really excited to hear how that played out.
I'm gonna push one more
It is
time.
better.
It is better. We are trending in the right direction. Nat 20 for a 19.
Wow. Ari pulls even with shade. Yeah, you race across this, and there are like monkeys all over you, and you're just sort of pulling them, knocking them off, and leap
Well done,
free from
Hey,
the
Shade.
monkeys moving forward into the race.
There are animals everywhere on this course, huh?
I know. I haven't seen any, but
What?
maybe.
Pog, roll a d20.
Oh.
One.
Okay. Been waiting for that one.
I'm ready for this. Let's do this.
Paul, Greg pulls even with you. As you
Fuck, you're doing so bad.
running. Hey, we've never said Greg wasn't athletic.
Hold on. This man
Greg's the
can't
hippie
feel
bard. He's got magic.
anything. He is so high, he can't feel a thing. He doesn't know how tired he is.
He's probably cast haste on himself.
He's ran through every obstacle because his whole body's tingly.
Greg is running alongside. Yeah, go Pog, fight the power! And races and takes a leap just ahead of you. And midway through the arc of his leap, a huge shark leaps, and Greg disappears in its maw.
No! You killed Greg? Greg! We barely knew you!
But to Pog's
Greg!
horror, riding on the back of the gigantic shark
What?
are several Sawagin.
I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate this. Had to be me. It had to be Sahagwin.
Eric's still not back.
Continue with your little game.
The shark lands with a tremendous splash right up in the harbor, and the Sawagin immediately begin leaping off of its back and onto the harbor, and screams begin.
Well, I guess it stopped being fun and games. And this is before I jumped?
Yeah.
Okay, so how far am I from them?
You're about 20 feet in the air above them.
Are they near anyone?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
or-
There's all sorts of people, like, on the port.
I was hoping there was a little bit of space around them.
So it's probably trying to roll initiative is what we're really where we're at right here.
Well, what if we want to
any
stay
dice?
in the race?
You have the option to ignore the peril.
I have a 22. What a time to roll a nat 20 on initiative.
And you guys have rolled a lot of nat 20s.
Yeah. I love that Philip goes, no skipping this combat encounter.
You can. You can
Just hate-
ignore the danger.
Hate that Greg had to be sacrificed
Okay.
so Philip could have his combat encounter.
I knew I had this idea in my head, and I knew as soon as you introduced Greg, I was like, "Oh, that's who I'm using." It's happening to Greg. This is gonna be great.
I love that in your head was
Died as he lived.
Right. Greg gets eaten by a shark.
I would also like the record to state that Eric was trash talking Greg moments before his demise of Pog, you're doing so bad if there's Greg there. And then the man died and he changed his tone real quick to mourning the memory of Greg.
Ari, what's your initiative?
13. And yeah, Colin, there's people that I make fun of that I don't want to get eaten by a shark.
I'm one of those people. I'm on that list. I'm on that.
Shade, what is your initiative?
6.
Nice. Okay, unsurprisingly, Pog, you have the first initiative. So, 2 big sharks have rolled up into the harbor and disgorged a troop of Salagain from their backs. And they are racing up the harbor, and people are screaming and running from them. Like, there is actual danger here. You're up.
Okay, so if we
You're
have
about 20 feet above the harbor.
we have the 2 sharks.
Uh-huh. And there's
They're-
about 10 Salagain.
So in between those 2 sharks would be about how big of a space?
There's probably about 20 feet between the 2 sharks, and there's like one of the piers of the harbor runs out between. And the sharks, of course, are not they're not boats, so they're not like stationary. They've swam up, and the Salagain have dropped off, and they're circling back around and snapping in the water.
Okay.
So the sharks are in the water. Okay.
The sharks are in the water. Yeah, they're not land sharks.
I really want to do something, but I have to have the exact right layout here. Okay, if it's possible, my movement is going to be done right after. What I would like to do is, if there is an area that it looks safe, I would like to hurl my axe down in the center of those creatures. But I need 20 feet or so to minimize my damage to others.
Civilians have very much cleared the area. Like, they're running. The Salagain are in pursuit.
Then,
So yeah, you can
as
totally
I'm at the edge, I fling my axe overhead straight down, and I jump. Not straight down, at the angle so that it'll land in the midst of them, and I drop straight off the side. When it hits, it's going to explode in fireball. And then, assuming I land on my feet, we'll see what happens at the end of the movement here.
1 second. My dogs have this game they play intentionally and affectionately, where they just sort of lay relaxed on the ground and bite at each other's faces. But while they do it, they make little growly noises. And I don't want to have to edit this nonsense out of my recording. Stop it.
Stop with the joy of life.
Because they're on the ground right behind me. Okay. What is the DC for the
14.
save? 14. Okay. The one of the groups of Saugane. All right, go ahead and roll damage, and I'll apply it. As
23.
nice. So, 3 of the Saugane are immediately just blown off the pier and fall burning into the water. Others leap back from the explosion and escape badly singed, but not slain.
And then I'm assuming it's a deck save to try to land.
Yes. Oh, it's an acrobatics check to land and lower your damage.
I say bet, and then I announce I'm pushing that. 19.
Nice. You take 2 bludgeoning damage as you land.
Fine by me.
All right. So you've taken an action. You've moved. You got a bonus action you want to use?
Does it count as a bonus? It's the return of the axe as a bonus action, right?
Yeah.
Then that is my bonus action, is the Kratos summon to return the axe to my hand.
So this was really cool. Like, I'm imagining this huge explosion, and then as it clears, there's just Pog.
Ba 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 ba.
It's like that. It's like the Infinity War Thor arrival in a
Yeah.
lightning bolt.
Yes. The immigrant song starts playing.
Yeah, exactly. It's just not, royalty free.
You're not wrong.
Okay. Ari, you're actually up next.
Okay. Is Arya also about 20 feet up?
Yeah.
Okay. Any of the Sagwin look bigger than others, or do they look pretty?
All of these look
Even.
about the same. You don't see any of the ones with 4 arms that you occasionally see.
Gotcha. Okay, then Ari is going to leap down, with trying to land within melee range of a group of the Sagwin.
Give me an acrobatics check unless you're using magic to land safely.
That is an 18.
Take 2 bludgeoning damage.
Oof. Okay, Ari is going to, with an action, cast Booming Blade on Remembrance. So, as part of this, I make a melee attack. So I'll do that. $15.
15 does hit.
Okay. So that is going to be... Sorry, I'm going to have to give you the damage in like waves as I
That's
click
fine.
all the buttons. So the initial slashing damage is 12.
Okay.
And then an additional 13 thunder damage. And if the Sagwin moves, they will take more damage. As like,
This Sahuagin is dead.
okay.
Yeah. Like you land and just slice straight through one of them.
Cool.
Okay. The first group of Sahuagin. Now they see Pog. The remaining Sahuagin from that group rush back towards him and are going to attack in tandem. Their first attempt to attack you is very ineffective, and you easily push them aside. On second attempt, they have a 16.
That hits.
All right. Where's my D8? There it is. Okay, you take only 4 piercing damage as a Sahuagin spear lightly nicks you.
Opposed
And
to Heavy Nicholas. Lightly nick.
yes, yeah. Right. Heavily Nicholas. Not happy about that. The
Well, you
second
took
group
Greg
of,
from me, so I feel fine.
So you feel like you're
Greg
gonna
from
introduce
all of us.
gonna introduce hey, listen, Greg was taken whole into a shark's mouth. You guys are high level D&D adventurers. I feel like this is not an unsolvable problem.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's been one round. The other group rush towards Ari, and these 4 Saugen all rush to avenge their fallen brother. First attack is a total of 20.
That hits.
You take, wow, they rolled the opposite kind of way for damage. You take 9 piercing damage.
Cool.
A heavy Nicholas, as it were. And then the second pair have an 18 to hit.
Yep, that matches. I'll cast shield. No.
Okay. Then your shield deflects it. Okay, and Shade, you're up. There are 4 Saugen around Ari and 2 around Pog.
I would like to offer. No, offer is the wrong word. I would like to do something that the spell doesn't actually do, and I'd be happy to pay with push points if that
Let's
is.
do this.
Because I imagine that Shade heard Ari since he got hit the hardest, and as she's ahead of him and turns around.
We were
and
neck
I would
and
like
neck.
to cast. We were, but then Ari turned back.
She's gonna throw a good berry at you and finish the race.
Good luck.
Walk it off, soldier.
I would like. Can I cast Lightning Lure and pull myself to the group rather than pull that one to me?
Oh yeah, totally. Just do a push, and you can totally do that.
Love it.
Yes. Can I push my damage roll? That's trash.
That is tragic.
I'm sorry. What did you get?
I rolled 3d8 and I rolled 1, 1, and 3 for a total of 5.
That is a bummer.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Silvery barb.
Yeah, so that would be movement and action. Do you have a bonus action you want to use?
No.
Okay. All right. Then we are back around to the top. What is your passive perception, Pog?
Oh no.
11.
11. Okay. Then you, as you rush into battle, do not notice this coming just behind the sharks. Shade, you probably just barely see it, but there's a wave, but it's wrong. It's like narrow. Like a really focused wave racing in through the harbor, like a column of water
so
instead of a
bad.
long band of water. And it smashes into the pier that Pog is fighting on. And so, Pog, you become aware of it when you hear the pier behind you exploding.
Oh.
And Pog, I need you to make a strength saving throw.
push that. One more time. Natural 20 for a 27.
Awesome. You're going to take half damage then.
Glad I pushed twice.
So you're going to take 11 bludgeoning damage.
Oh.
As the wave smashes into you and throws you into the water, but it's but into fairly shallow water, and so you're able to pick yourself up and you're not underwater because you saved. With the sharks. Those of you on the other pier that hasn't been destroyed, you have a very alarming image, because as the wave passes and smashes its way up the pier, you see that the wave is driven by a larger four-armed Saugan holding a trident forward that seems to be driving the wave forward. There are a bunch of the smaller kinds of Saugan gathered in, and seeming to stand in the wave, holding the staff of a glaive in the water, as if it's somehow creating solidity for him to stand, is Tommel. And so as the wave crests and hits the beach and inland, and these Saugan and Tommel essentially slide to a halt a little bit up the beach, the lesser Saugan, the smaller Saugan, turn and rush back among the crowd, continuing to spread chaos. Tommel and the large Saugan and a few more of the smaller ones, clustered together, run down a street in the harbor. Back around the top, Pog, you come up spluttering in shallow water. There are more Saugan than there were before.
And I didn't see any of that. So, my echo is going to appear next to me, and we're gonna fight as a duo here, each attacking the closest ones to us.
All right.
So, 22.
Yes, very much.
And and his attack is a 13.
That also hits.
Okay. And so my attack is 7, his attack is 11.
Okay. All right. Yes, you leap up and launch into an attack. Pog, just for sake of it, give me a perception check, and we'll see whether you notice the group running into the streets.
Boy, I wish I wouldn't have double pushed earlier.
You got friends who will communicate to you eventually. What'd you roll?
A 3 to get a 4.
Yeah. Okay.
So
No, you're very aware.
I'm just glad I hit the right things.
You're aware of the shark people. That's what you're aware of. There are shark people.
That's in character. Yeah.
Yeah, that feels...
Can't see the forest for the shark people, Yeah.
Okay, so one of the newly arrived groups of Saugan rushes into the crowd and starts attacking people. And then it is Ari's turn. There are 4 Saugan around you and Shade.
Can I still see Tommel and the four-armed Saugan?
They have just gone around a corner into a street.
Okay.
So not specifically, but it's very clear to you where they went, like whereabouts they are.
Okay. Ari, having seen Tommel again, and rounding the corner, just screams after him and screams Tommel's name at the top of his lungs. Doing so, casting Ralathim's Psychic Lance, which specifically says you can utter a creature's name. If that target is within range, 120 feet, it becomes the spell's target even if you can't see it.
Sweet.
So I need an intelligence saving throw from Tommel because Ari is shooting a bunch of energy straight into his dome.
Okie dokie. Ooh, that is not much good. That certainly fails. You can't possibly have that low of a DC.
So he's going to take 8d6 psychic damage.
Nice.
Ooh.
30 psychic damage.
The enemy
And-
formerly known as Tom.
Wow.
He is incapacitated until the start of my next turn.
Okay.
So just psychic energy floods Tommel's brain as Ari screams his name.
All right. Wow, that is awesome.
And then as a bonus action, Ari will Misty Step away from the group towards where he saw the corner that they ran around.
Okay. You probably Misty Step up the length of the pier and are now on ground. Probably.
Apologies. Can't do that. Cast a spell this turn. Can't cast another spell.
True.
So
Good looking out.
Nice self-accountability.
So I won't do that.
All right. The group of Saugen that were attacking Hog before now leap out of the water, having also jumped out of the away from the pier, and attack Pog some more.
Oh,
Philip,
man, I thought
sorry.
they were going to have a new objective.
I'm going to spend 2 of my sorcery points to make Misty Step a cantrip, and then I'll do it because I can.
Ooh, neat. Didn't
That
know
is
that was a
cool.
meta magic.
Wow.
You quicken. Or no, that just makes it a bonus action. I don't know what I'm talking about. Never mind. I'm going to shut up and let Colin, you do your thing. So,
That would
I'm
be
about
cool.
to get beat
That'd
up.
That'd be a cool high level meta magic though.
yeah.
You can keep interrupting me getting beat up because it's their turn, not me. I'm about to get hurt real bad.
Okay, so a 20 to hit you.
Only just.
Mm-hmm. You take 3 piercing damage. And then the other one attacks you because they don't have to help each other anymore because now that you're bleeding, they have a blood frenzy.
Cool.
Yeah. 15.
Nope.
Hey. Okay, and then it is another new group. The group that you jumped up and attacked are now going to attack you.
Hey, cool.
There
How are you doing on
total
hit
of
points,
6
Colin?
Saugen around you.
Okay.
You take 3 more piercing damage. Then you take 3 more piercing damage.
Little
Boy,
less,
advantage
okay.
is really powerful. Then you take 5 more piercing damage. And 4 more piercing damage. So a whole bunch of Saugen are just swarming around you, biting and stabbing and clawing with tooth and claw and spear as they try to bring you down. It is like a piranha swarm, but people-sized.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it is the turn of the Saugen around Shade and Ari.
Hey.
So 2 are going to attack Ari. A 19. Or are you still... No, I can't remember if you're still shield affected.
How
Or
long
if
does
it's-
that last? It's until the
I can't remember
start
if it's till your turn or if it's...
till the
there.
start of
I
your
don't
next turn. So,
Okay, so it would
I'll go ahead and cast shield again. So
Okay.
that misses.
second one attacking you then only gets a 14, therefore misses. Shade, 2 of them lunge at you with spears. The first one has a 22.
Ooh.
And so you take 6 piercing damage.
Spirit shield on that one, so
You
she
said
takes
6?
half.
Okay, so 3 as silvery wings envelop you, and the damage is reduced. Second attack against you is 18, and you
Yep.
take 7 piercing damage.
It was a risk on which one.
It would have been the
cast that
same.
on.
It would have, because it
The
rounds
same.
down, so
Yeah,
it would
yeah,
have,
that's
it would have
fair.
had the same effect. I suppose it would have net saved her 1 hit point because doing it on the second. Yeah. Anyway.
It's kind of cool to imagine him dissolving while she gets hit the second time.
Yeah,
It's visually satisfying.
that's cool. And then it is Shade's turn.
I would like to. Well, first, Cal, follow them, and I would like Cal to go follow the 4-armed. If Tommel is staying still, but the 4-armed one is running, then Cal is gonna follow the 4-armed one.
Okay.
If they're staying together, then he'll just hover. And then I would like to cast Thunder Wave in whatever manner I can get the most.
Totally. Yeah. Awesome. What is the save against that?
That is going to be a 16.
And it's strength.
Sorry, Constitution.
Okay. None of them succeed.
That is
Nice.
fantastic.
Roll triple damage.
I know. I meant to cast it at a higher level spell, but I didn't declare that until I knew they all failed. So that's not
You can say that. It's okay.
okay. I'm gonna add.
You
a
say you
D8.
meant to. I believe you.
Oh. Just a 2. Okay. 8.
So 8 to all of them.
They all
And
get
they
flung
are
back,
pushed.
right?
So the idea is to push them back
Nice.
towards
Okay. So
the
yeah, it's
water,
like.
away from the crowd. Yeah.
Okay. So that's.
And if I'm allowed to, for my bonus action, I would yell things at Thora.
Sure.
Harbor under attack. Sawagan.
I mean, she
Yes,
can
there it
definitely
is.
see that part because she's on a cliff.
Up on the
overlooking-
Tommel.
Tommel is with them.
That's new information. Yeah. Okay. Thora responds. People are the important part.
I'm staying.
I'm on my
All
way.
those people.
He's here too.
Okay. That is the bottom of the round. And so back to the top. Tommel, who doesn't do anything. Pog.
Okay, so they're all attacking from in front of me, like pelting me.
They're kind of all around you. Because there's
Okay.
6 of them. So you're kind of surrounded by fish people.
So since they did not attack my Echo, I'm going to assume he's on the outside of the circle of them.
Yeah.
So as my bonus action, I'm going to bamf with him, and
Nice.
then I'm going to hold my arms all the way out, and I'm going to cast Agonazar's Scorcher across the top of the water, trying to burn all of them.
Oh
So
my
it's a-
gosh, this is awesome.
It's a Dex 12, and this time it will be me damaging the Echo. So I'd like to just flavor that he does the same and pushes his arms forward, so that as the flame hits him, he boosts it to push to the ones that are on the other side of him.
Okay.
Thank you, Minnie.
Okay, dex save on all of them. What's the DC?
12.
I only have 2 of them who saved.
The others take 15 fire damage.
Okay, one of those is dead. And the other 2 take half that, so 7. Okay, yes, one of them is just dead. The others are all pretty significantly injured by that.
And then Ari and Shade are equidistant in the water that I am.
Okay.
Right? We're like on
Yeah.
the same level in the water.
Yes.
Um,
I guess they're slightly elevated above you because the dock,
they're
the
still on
pier
the
that they're
dock,
standing
yeah.
on is still there, and you're standing in the water.
I just
But yeah,
mean
you're
their
about
enemies
level
aren't
with each other.
technically closer to the crowd than mine.
Correct.
Okay.
Their enemies are a bit scattered because Shade just thunderwaved them.
Yeah. Then I'm not going to move. I'm gonna stay in this and try to finish who I've got in front of me.
Okay. There is a group of Saugan that are in the crowd though, because one of the clusters of Saugan that came in with Tommel ran into the crowd.
Then I guess I'll use my movement to head towards, because now I am in front of the other 2, which are deeper in the water.
Okay.
Then my movement will be what, halved?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you
Then I'm
move towards them.
20 feet towards them.
Okay. At this point, there's another splash as Solarka manages to land down from the rubble.
Yeah, that's my girl.
Followed much shortly thereafter by a much lighter landing by Ilya, who
Oh, God.
sweeps out the double scimitar and lets out this quavering scream that you've never heard her make, and races up the pier into the Saugan on the shore. Solarka looks over at Pog and says, "Are you all right?"
Mostly.
Good. And she, I'm allowing that you guys are armed, even though it kind of doesn't make a lot of sense. She's not, because she's dressed for a race. And so she grabs up a floating Saugan trident or something from one that you've just killed, and goes charging after with it.
Can I toss her my axe to use?
Yeah.
Okay, then I do.
Okay.
I toss the axe backwards to her
Awesome.
as I'm moving forward.
Yeah, she catches it and charges up the shore with it. The Saugan on the beach are now disrupted from chasing civilians and turn to face Ilya and Solarka, and then it is Ari's turn.
Okay. Now that Ari is
So
no longer
you are,
being-
I was gonna say, because you are no longer engaged because Shade has cleared the pier.
Ari's going to take off for the side street that he saw Tommel and the big Sauguin and their buddies go towards. When I poke my head around the corner, what do I see?
Okay, so you can get there either by using your action to dash, or if you want a bonus action and use Misty Step to make up some of the distance. It is more than one move away from
Gotcha.
where you are.
Then I will, I'll do an initial Misty Step and then use movement to reach the corner.
Okay.
That's all a little bit, but yeah.
So yes, so you reach the corner, able to look around, and you see Tommel just sort of bent over, breathing heavily, trying to shake off the psychic blast. The Saugan are milling around him, and occasionally idly breaking something.
Okay, is the big four-armed one still there?
Yes.
Okay. Ari, do I have enough movement to get to him?
No, your movement got you to the corner.
Okay. Then I guess I'll do synaptic static then. So I'm just going to pick a point in this street. It's a 20-foot radius sphere, so can I get this little cluster in it?
20-foot radius? Yes.
Okay. There's not going to be civilians, right?
No, everybody has run away.
Cool. So I need an intelligence saving throw from everybody.
Okay. Tommel has a 19.
I'll wait to hear everyone's before I...
The Saugan Baron has a 17.
Okay.
And then the Saugan with them. I think your save is higher than a 14.
Yes.
None of the regular Saugan succeed.
Okay. Let me hit the Baron with silvery barbs.
Can you, since you Misty Stepped?
Yes, because it's a reaction. It's not a bonus action or an action, so it's a different economy. Specifically, the spell stuff is if you take a bonus action or an action to cast a spell, then you can't. The other one has to be a cantrip, but the reaction exists outside of that.
Okay. The Saugan Baron has a 16 on his
matching
second
means
roll.
Yeah.
Matching means pass, yeah.
Okay. So Tommel and the Baron will take half damage. So 8d6.
Tommel and the Baron.
33. So they would take 16.
What?
As Ari once again just kind of in a rage, just his mind, his mark is like glowing bright, like as he just shouts Tommel's name again.
All 6 Saugan just go and fall over dead. Like, you just turn off their brains. Good night. Okay. Wow. All right. Back on the beach. Shade, the Saugan that you blasted off of the pier are returning. They are very adept in the water, and so leap out of the water onto the pier to attack you. Shade, do you have all of your hit points?
I have most of them.
You don't have all of
I
them.
do not have all of them.
All right, then
So they're bonused.
18 to hit you.
Yep.
So that's 9 piercing damage.
Spirit shield.
Okay. So 4.
Thank you.
For sure.
Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, I rounded the right. Second attack is a 16.
That does not hit.
Okay. A natural 20.
Oof.
Miss.
I don't wanna.
No,
That
thank you.
That is 11
Oh.
piercing damage from that one.
Shielded
My
too
armor makes
soon.
this a Scandinavian game. You got to roll low to hit me. So
My least favorite mechanic. So pessimistic. All right, that is their turn. Then the group that Pog singed come rushing up out of the surf in pursuit of you. And so the 3 of them that are remaining are each going to attack you. One has a not natural 20. So you take 5 piercing damage. One has a natural 19. So you take 9 piercing damage.
Good lord.
And the last one, advantage is crazy. These are low CR monsters. Advantage is the only reason they're doing anything. The last one misses you.
By the way, product Silvery Barbs, Pog, you have advantage on your next roll.
Cool. I forgot about that.
I consistently forget about it too.
And then the last group has only one Saugan, and actually I didn't make attack rolls for. Well, that won't matter for this group. Rushes up and he'll attack Solarka.
The scam.
And miss.
Good.
Because he rolled really badly. Okay, that's all of the Saugan. Shade, you're up.
I'm so sorry. I know you totally addressed this, but I was reading a spell and not listening. The Saugan in the crowd, are those the ones that Ari killed, or are those still?
Those are still active.
Okay.
They've just been attacked by Solarka and Ilya, but they are still active in the crowd. There are also 3 around you now.
Okay. I would like to use my bonus action to change my quiver to spring.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to shoot an arrow at one of the ones in the crowd. Can I
Okay.
do that?
You can. You will have
With the ones
disadvantage
around me?
because you are engaged with them. So you'll have disadvantage on the attack, but you can.
I think I'm going to do it.
Very well.
That would have been real cool.
It would have been real cool. It would have been real cool. Okay.
It still could be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it can't, but I can push.
Also, I just want to throw out there, I gave everyone inspiration at some point last session, so you might check whether you still have that before you push.
Oh, I do still have it.
I don't know why I hoard inspiration like a rare material in a video game. Like, I'm never going to get this again. I'm not funny enough.
I feel the same way. Like, it's my little
often,
sticker.
Maybe I should start saying it where, man, if you didn't have inspiration, I'd give it to you. Because I often think, I know I just gave them inspiration, but that was hilarious.
Fair enough.
And inspiration doesn't, it won't just take away my
It won't
disadvantage,
just take-
right?
no.
Yeah, I think I used mine on it. I think I used mine to convince the Forgotten Prince to do something last
Oh
session
my
because I don't have it
goodness.
anymore.
Oh,
I used inspiration to get 1 less.
oh.
Silvery Bars.
Yeah. 12 does not, in fact.
Oh, 12
Succeed,
does hit a regular Saugan, actually, yes.
Sweet. Sweet. Okay. Well, then I hit 1. And he has to do because of the spring arrow, has to do a strength saving throw for 15.
I'm going to go with a 3.
Accepted.
And I did 20 damage, and brambles
Wow.
wrapped him up, and he is
And I think
completely.
Yeah, I
Squeeze
think
the
he's a
life out of
corpse.
He's
They took him
nearly
into the
dead.
earth.
Nearly.
Nearly. But yeah, that hurt a lot. That one hurt a lot. Oh yes. So yeah, an arrow just sticks into this, and then it like comes alive and just wraps up, and the Saugan just collapses over, entangled.
And that's one of my actions. I would love to
Sweet.
take my second shot.
Go for it.
What is that? Okay. I rolled a 12 again.
That hits.
And I'm still using my spring arrows.
Okay. Remember to track your charges.
Yes, I have little boxes I'm coloring in.
Okay. Excellent.
So 15 damage, and then he also has to roll a strength saving throw.
9 is greater than 15, right?
That is not how math works.
If
No.
you're Swedish.
I don't think that's. I don't think that's the thought process. They just play RPG golf, low school. What was the damage?
Total 15.
Okay. That is 2 of them thoroughly entangled. All right. Then that's Shades. Cal was flying over to where Ari is essentially, and so Cal is about this point alighting on a roof. And can see 6 dead Saugan, a very big Saugan, and Tommel, who has shaken off the incapacitation of
Hey, buddy.
Ari's spell. And Ari looking mad. And he can do something if you want him to. Or not.
Yeah, but he's so safe on a rooftop.
It's true. He's safe on a rooftop. Probably.
I think.
Why would
just
you say that?
The visual of what Cal sees.
Accuracy?
Ari's mark, where it goes down below his clothing, is glowing and running so hot that like Ari's underclothes are starting to burn where the mark
Awesome.
makes contact with them.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow. That's very cool. And potentially, eventually, hilarious.
Can't help but lose his shirt.
It's now part of
But-
his superpower. I'm sorry, Eric. That was really cool. And I don't mean to ruin it. What were you saying, Casey?
Neither have attacked Ari, though, right?
Not yet.
Okay. Can I save Cal's action then for
Cal could hold an action to essentially to attack if Ari is attacked. Yeah.
okay.
Okay. Ari. Tommel stands up, like straightens from his bent over position, and whips around to face you. And you can see that he's different. You can see that on one side of his face, there are lines almost like fractures running down across one of his eyes, and that eye has changed to a sort of glowing, sickly green, the same color as the light that bleeds through these almost cracks in his face. And you can see that that his hands are now encased in these strange metal gauntlets. He's still holding the glaive that he had the last time you encountered him, and he clenches his other fist, his left fist, and black and green flames run up the length of his arm. And he turns around and says, "I still don't want to do this, but I will."
If you're so desperate to be someone's whipping boy, I can start taking applications.
inspiration, Eric.
Thank you.
That was awesome. And that is where we will end this episode. Thank you all so much for watching this exciting episode of Khyber Shards. See, I tricked you all. You thought this was going to be silly.
I mean, it wasn't not silly.
Yeah, that's true. It was silly.
Greg.
Poor Greg.
Listen, you leave Tommel to do his business, run back, kill that shark, and rescue Greg.
Yeah.
The ghost of Greg will be on KSA this week, so get your questions in the Discord. Comments here
That's
on the
true.
video.
Ari can speak with dead now, so he can. All you need is
Once
Greg's
a year.
head, and you can continue.
You talk
And you
to
can
Greg.
continue
Alas.
to have Greg at book club.
Alas, poor Greg, I hardly knew ye.
Fascist. If you want to get in touch with us, you can find our information in the description down below, links to all of our social media, as well as to the Geek Pantheon YouTube, where you'll find Eric making content for D&D as well as for other various RPGs and occasionally just other RPG content. And as well as a link to Colin's Twitch, where he's sorry BTR, the O is a 0. And you can find him over there streaming a variety of games some of the time.
The O is
New
uppercase,
episodes. Yes, it's an uppercase 0,
Yeah.
but
Don't
not a
get that
closed
confused.
parentheses.
No.
Not a closed parenthesis.
No, that'd be ridiculous.
Okay, good night.
New episodes of Khyber Shards every Monday. New Khyber Shards answers every Friday. I mean, it's holiday season, most Fridays. And until next
Who
time,
knows?
thank you for rolling with us.